For and against, Unit 11. Advertisers perform a useful service to the community. So please.
Sure. Advertisers tend to think big, and perhaps this is why they are always coming in for criticism.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Think big. It's interesting. They have perhaps this is why they're always coming in for criticism. Means
It means to be criticized, to get criticized, reviewed.
mm, uh, advertisers are criticized, or they criticize others. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it could be both of that, active and passive. Both, they are criticizing others, and at the same time, they are being criticized by them. But as a matter of fact, come in here, it means to engage in, to participate in some activities, and that activity is all about criticism.
Oh,
Please.
okay. Their critics seem to resent them because they have flair for self promotion and because they have so much money to throw around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their critics seem to, it means because of that, actually, they are the object of criticism, seem to resent or hate them or dislike them because, or we can say shrink from, because they have a flair. Flair means,
A talent.
yeah, a talent or natural predisposition for self-promotion, and because they have so much money to throw around. Throw around?
I couldn't find any specific meaning for this
Mm-hmm.
phrase over there, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess that it means that to paying that money or
Right.
pay for nothing or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, throw around means to exchange, to
Oh,
give and take, the process of give and taking.
sure. It's iniquitous. Iniquitous. They
Mm-hmm.
say that this entirely unproductive industry, if we can call it that, should absorb millions of pounds each year.
Millions. Mm-hmm.
Millions of
Mm-hmm.
pounds each year.
Very good. It is iniquitous. Iniquitous means?
Iniquitous means very unfair and morally wrong.
Right. Sinful, unfair, and morally wrong or immoral. That this entirely unproductive industry, it's not an unproductive industry, it is so productive industry, and we can call it so, that absorb millions of pounds money each year. Uh, okay, absorb is American, absorb is British, and
Oh.
yeah,
Absorb is
absorb
British.
is British. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So please.
Sure, sure. Okay. It only goes to show how much profit the big companies are making.
Mm-hmm. It only goes to show how much. Yeah, we say make profit. And what is the opposite of make a profit? Do you know? It starts with make.
Uh, make a profit. I don't know.
Make a loss. LOSS. Usually, people do not do that intentionally, but if they make some mistakes, it may happen to them. Okay.
Yeah. And also,
Mm-hmm.
this instruction was nice to me. It only goes to show means it proves
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why
So,
don't they stop advertising and reduce the price of their goods? After all, It's the consumer who pays.
Hmm. Who pays for the advertisement, you know? And
Yeah.
so it's a nice suggestion, but anyway.
Uh, the poor old consumer,
Hmm.
he would have to pay a great deal more if advertising didn't create mass markets for products.
Hmm. Yeah, let me see. He would have to pay a great deal of money, or actually a huge amount of money, if advertising didn't create mass markets for products. Here we have would. Do you know why he'd have to pay?
Just a second.
Mm.
Because it's the second type of if conditional
Mm.
structures. Because
Yes,
it's
exactly.
imaginary. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's imaginary
imaginary,
order.
as it is typical of any type 2 conditional sentences. Actually, it is
Yeah,
imaginary, and so it is hypothetical. Okay.
exactly. It is precisely because of the heavy advertising that consumer goods are so cheap.
Hmm. Here, let me see. It says it is because of the heavy advertising that consumer goods are so cheap.
I think
Mm.
these three sentences are
Mm.
talking about the situation that advertising actually doesn't work, and it's sometimes the reason behind that is that the quality
Uh-huh.
of the products are not that satisfactory.
Yes, cheap, and cheap refers to that, the low quality of the materials and the
Yeah, I
products,
think so.
not actually the price of them.
Yeah, yeah,
So, because of, for example, there is a, or let's say, poorly manufactured item, and it is so, let's say, valueless, it is trashy or trifling, and they put a lot of advertisement into that so that people would be motivated to buy that, to pay for it, and and the people do that.
yeah. But we get the wrong idea if we think the only purpose of advertising is to sell goods.
Hmm. uh, okay, it's not just limited to selling goods. Yes.
Yeah. Another equally important function is to inform.
Another equally
Equally.
important function is to inform. Yes, as a matter of fact, it is the most important, uh,
Yeah.
let's say, function of advertisement. Information. For example, we have info commercial. You know what it is?
Info commercial? No.
Yes, it is the blending of information commercial. And you see, for example, there are some special pieces of commercial on the TV. On TV, usually, for example, they just make a breakthrough, and they just analyze some parts of an industry, for example, different parts of that company, and they give some information about, for example, the nutritive materials in spaghettis, and
Oh.
this is called a kind of info commercial. Mm.
But equally, the stress is in the first syllable.
Equally, yes, equally.
E- equally.
Mm.
Equal. Okay. A great deal of the knowledge we have about household goods derives largely from the advertisement we read.
Mm. Yeah, a great deal of. What else could you say instead of that?
A huge amount of
Yes, a considerable amount of vast
gigantic.
array. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And uh, advertisements introduce us to new products or remind us of the existence of ones we already know about.
Mm-hmm. Clear, please continue.
Supposing you wanted to buy a washing machine, it is more than likely you would obtain details regarding performance, price, etc. from from an advertisement.
Hmm. It is more than likely, it is so expected that you would obtain or glean, you can say, any piece of information that is
Glean,
glean, Glean.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
It means
collocates with
attain.
information, means gather, particularly
Oh,
information. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Mhm. So it is clear. Please hold on a second.
So, lots of people pretend that they never read advertisements, but this claim may be seriously doubted.
Hmm. Uh, yeah, it's impossible to. It's impossible not to read advertisements these days.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It is hardly possible not to read advertisements these days. These days,
Hmm. Okay.
and what fun they often are too.
Hmm. And what fun they often are too. Okay.
Just think what a railway station or newspaper would be like without advertisements.
No passenger. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you would you enjoy gazing at a blank wall or reading railway bylaws while waiting for a train?
Mm-hmm. What's the meaning of bylaw?
I think it refers to some pieces of law which are made by, for example, a local government,
Mm.
which are and people are
Right.
supposed to do and obey in the railway, in those stations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, some intra-state laws, that is inside each state or region or quarter.
Yeah.
Okay, local laws. Yes, please.
Would you like to read only closely printed columns of news in your daily paper?
Mm-hmm. It's clear, please.
Uh, a cheerful, witty advertisement makes such a difference to a drab wall or newspaper full of the daily ration of calamities.
Mm-hmm. Witty means.
Using word cleverly or
Mm-hmm.
in an amusing way.
Yes.
I think it refers to some titles and
Headings.
yeah, headings
Yeah.
on the walls of
Exactly.
the station.
Yeah. Even we have witticism and advertisement, such as difference to a drab wall. It means uncolorful and unexciting.
Yeah.
A newspaper full of daily ration. Ration means.
Ration refers to a specific amount of something, I guess.
Right. Yes, proportion of calamities. Hmm. So let me see.
Sure. Uh, we must not forget either the advertising makes a positive contribution to our pockets.
Hmm. Yeah, when you make a contribution to something, it means.
You help that. I mean,
Hmm.
you take it, take take it part.
Yeah, you just make some improvement in that. You add something to the whole, or you facilitate the process. Okay.
Newspapers, commercial radio, and television companies could not subsist without this source of revenue. Revenue.
Mm. Yes. Television companies could not subsist means.
Survive, survive.
Hmm. Without this source of revenue or income or money
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay. Continue, please.
The fact that we pay so little for our daily paper or can enjoy so many broadcast programs is due entirely to the money spent on by advertisers.
Yeah, you can get a complete newspaper of, for example, 30 pages at a very low price.
Yeah.
This is because of the fact that the advertisers actually have already paid for that.
But the point which just crossed my mind is that the money has been paid by ordinary people in advance or by the consumers. You are actually buying those products more expensive, and that money and that discrepancy is relevant to these low prices of newspapers. Did you get what I told you?
Yes, because even advertisers actually take that money from people. And it's a kind of cycle, or let's say vicious circle, you know. It just moves on and on.
Yeah, vicious cycle, you said?
Vicious circle. It means it is non-stop, it is unending.
Yeah. Okay. Can I continue? Yeah.
Yes, please, but hold on. Yeah, please finish this paragraph because the last sentence has not been read.
Just think what a newspaper would cost if you had to pay its full price.
Exactly. Okay.
Is the small ads, which are in virtually every newspaper and magazine.
Yeah, small ads, and particularly in the classified or organized ads.
What a tremendously useful service they perform for the community. Just about anything can be accomplished through these columns.
Yeah, it's self-explanatory. Yes.
Yeah. For instance, you can find a job, buy or sell a house, announce a birth, marriage, or death in what used to be called a hatch, match, and dispatch columns.
Yeah, hatch refers to, and which one of these? I mean, any of these three words refer to? What do they refer to? Hatch, match, and.
I know this, let's say, phrase or this sentence from another story. Hatch, match, dispatch is pertinent to the scenario of a life of anyone. When we say that somebody hatches, it means he hatches. He or she actually has been given birth to this world.
Is born to this world.
Yeah, he's born. And match is about marriage, and dispatch is about death.
Exactly. Very good. Yeah. So me see. They're used beautiful. They're hatch, match, and dispatch. Let me see. Okay, so it's clear, please.
But by far the most fascinating section is the personal or agonical column.
By far means?
That's a fixed structure that we can use by far the most or by far the best. I think it intensifies the level of its intention.
By far means not only actually before the most structure, by far by itself or the most. By far means actually certainly, undoubtedly. Yeah. As you said, it is intended to intensify something. And do you know that particular area on magazines and newspapers in which a person just orders some announcements about the death of a person?
Are you asking about the name of that column?
Yes, that column. It's obituary.
Yeah, obituary.
Yes, obituary. That particular area in any newspaper, in some newspaper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No other item in a newspaper in the newspaper provides such entertaining reading or offers such a deep insight into human nature.
Inside.
Insight.
Hmm. Yeah, that is so hyperbolic or exaggerated. Insight. Usually you don't gain insights into life through advertisement. But anyway, I don't know, it is unexpected of Alexander. But anyway, yes.
It is the best advertisement for advertising there is.
Hmm.